Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. This morning, we are going to go in detail into the free electricity. As we all know, one of the biggest problems we face in that contraption called Nigeria that we are working to dismantle, we are going to go for Yoruba Nation, is the lack of electricity. Well, here is a video by a free FK technician. And it's showing us how we can get free electricity. And what I'd like you all to do is to watch this video, and when you watch it, share the video with as many people as you can, because the information that's contained is very important, particularly in the situation where you have Fulanis in our forest attacking us. With this idea, you can begin to have a way to have electricity, to have lights at night, because that's the biggest problem. Not having the lights at night to see what's happening around you is a bigger threat. When we can have those lights put on, you can protect your community, you can begin to plan. And it saves you money from having to pay for all of this stuff. Already, this is another way we can begin to actually now separate ourselves from contraption Nigeria. We need to take control of our own electricity, because the contraption is not providing it. This is free electricity. Watch this video. It's full of information. And I will share it on other platforms as well. It's again by FK Tech. Watch the video. Very informative, and it is relatively easy to do. Let's get to work straight away. Let's watch. Here we go.
This is free, nothing like generator or NEPA light. No, it's free electricity here. For those of you paying electricity bill, stop.
Exactly. Stop.
Because today I'm going to show you how to construct a free electricity that can carry your whole house, television, everything, with spark plug and extension.
Exactly.
Yes, let's jump in. All you need is extension cable, extension, then two spark plugs. So we are going to open this extension cable like this. I'm going to open the extension cable. Open it like this.
This is a really important information, because the federal government has failed to provide electricity. We need to tap into this kind of technology. Cheap, easy to do technology that youths, particularly youths, those of you that like to dance and have to have, be able to do things, you can provide this. Youth can do this. I'm aiming this specifically at Yoruba youths and Igbo youths. This guy is an Igbo man in the south, and we need to be able to put this together. This is relatively easy. You have the tools there: spark plugs, extension lead, and you will see what will happen. This is quite interesting. Watch.
And gum your 2 nets here for it to be steady. So I'm going to use Aradite for this one. Use Aradite here. Make sure the positive, 2 positive are connected together. This. Let the 2 positive be connected together like this. Then gum your 2 plugs here like this. Let me use Aradite for that. I like Aradite because it doesn't get hot quick. So I like to use Aradite for the work. Mix your Aradite. Then you gum it here like this. You need to allow it to dry for like 4 to 5 minutes. So let it dry. Let it dry. 4 to 5 minutes.
Again, the reason why I'm talking through this video is we don't have the power source to power electricity in our community. This is one way we can address this relatively cheaply, relatively simply. This is something that we need to really spread. So when you get this message and see this video, please share.
Oh yes. Yeah, it's dried now. It's dried now. It's not dry. It's dried now. So the next thing is to connect this extension here. Ash, I'll throw out the cable. The next thing is to connect this extension to the plug. How are we going to do that? We are going to connect it this way. This is the supply out. Connect one of the cable there. Excuse me. Let me peel it a little bit. Let this one here. This is what I mean. After that, tape it with masking tape. With masking tape, tape it like this. After that, I'm going to close it back.
You can see that this is relatively cheap. We can have all of these tools. It's not going to be too much to do this, but it can provide power at night, power and the things. You'll hear him talk about this. Again, this is how we can get things done. And I urge you all to please, 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 please spread this message when you get it. Very, very important.
I'm going to close everything back like this. So this is what we have now. Extension with a cable out. And make sure you put the positive. Let me turn this like this. Put one of the cable. Make it like this. You can actually lose this plug. So put one of the cable. This top like this. Second one. This top also. Everything is done now. Everything is done. So it is time to plug in here. You can see light already. You see light. You see light here. So everything is done. We are going to test it right now with. Let us test it with.
This is very, very important. Please watch the next steps. Because of the simplicity of this, you can power tools. He's going to use the drill, connect it to that power source, and you will see it work. This is something we need to spread this information, because that is as we all know, for money to fund it. Our radios, our batteries, our phones, everything else, we can charge all this on this very simple thing. I want to urge you all, please look at this, look at the video and share it. And it's important in the age where the Fulanis are in our forest, the government have put them in there, the Fulani terrorists with their guns, and they're coming to kill us. At night, if we have well-lit places, and we can do that with having bulbs and things, so we can see where we're going, see who's coming in our communities. This is an inexpensive way to deal with that issue. The government have deliberately, we now know why the government don't want us to have electricity, because they want us to be in darkness so they can control and sending people to kill us in our land, and we need to resist that. Listen on.
This machine and see. This machine. See that is working.
See? That's what I mean, that it's very inexpensive. You can power things, and he will tell us more about this. But this is a very important information that we need to share far and wide. particularly where you have NEPA bills you're paying for bills that is not functioning, and all of this stuff. You can deal with this in the transition period we're in now, because we're going for Yoruba Nation. We're going for Yoruba Nation. We're going for Biafra Nation. We're going for Middle Belt. We need to be able to provide power source, alternative power source, and this is a perfect solution to that problem. I'm great. I am sure that FK will permit me, as I'm discussing this, to link his video to the struggle for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, and Middle Belt. We have the ways and the means to free ourselves from the contraption. So please watch on.
Let me bring it closer. And see, this is free electricity.
Now let me just point.
It with your television.
Let me just do something. Let me just show you. You see, those are the spark plugs. It connects them, and that's what's providing power source. Now let's go on. Watch.
Let me use bulb and see. Let's use bulb.
Now he's going to use a bulb. Watch.
We are going to use the red bulb and see. It's a red bulb. See? This is free. Nothing like generator or NEPA.
Did you hear? Nothing like generator. So you don't even have to use money on generator. This is something we need to spread across all our communities, especially in the villages. You don't need the generator. This is something we need to use. This is very, very important information. So when you see it, I'm going to share it shortly. When you see it, please share. Share it. Make it go viral. Make this go viral. Because we need to be able to have alternative power source, and this is perfect. We're grateful for FK Tech for showing this. Watch.
Light, no. Free electricity here. This is free electricity here. And we can also charge our phone with it. It's free electricity. And also
let me do that for you. See, look. Can you see? Spark plug. You see that? 2 spark plugs connected to the extension here, right? Glued onto a board. And then he wires from the extension to either side, one positive, one negative of the spark plug. Once he glues the extension as well, and that is the power source. That's it. It is relatively simple. It is something we can do. Plus, of course, the masking tape and everything else. Watch the video again. Let's go again. Let's continue.
So plug your phone here like this. And charge our phone here. And see, it's charging. See, 69%. I can plug second phone here if I wish. Or with this extension, you can plug phone directly to the. You can plug phone directly to the extension like this. You can plug your phone here directly like this, and it will be charging. You see? See? But one thing you need to know is that
this is a very important information. When you're going to use this, listen to what he's about to say next. Please do. Listen to it, and I'll give you another information behind it.
This plug will be warm. It will be somehow warm somehow. The more load you put on it, the more it will be very warm. So this is it. This is free electricity. You can use everything. We can also charge laptop with it. Already there is light here. So this is free electricity. And it's charging. This is charging light. When I remove it, light goes. Plug it, it come back. So it's charging. So this is free electricity. with spark plug. You can charge your phone, watch your television.
Right. Can you see? It is a very portable. The thing I want to say here is this is very portable. You can use it anywhere. You can create it anywhere. In our villages particularly, this has got to be something we need to share. So when you get this video, send it to your family at home and watch that bit. Tell them to watch how he's connecting all of these things together. I'm grateful for FK Tech, only for purposes of explaining why we need this. We have no electricity in our homes. We are charged the fortune. It's not in our cities and in our villages. This is a very inexpensive way of providing electricity at night in the 24/7 uninterrupted. Very, very cheap. We need to spread this knowledge far and wide in Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, and Middle Belt Nation. Let's spread it out now.
Everything free of charge, even without
you heard, everything is free of charge.
Without paying any light bill. To carry the whole house, it depends on the load in your house. If you have fridge, you can take, let's say, 12 plugs and a very big extension. But make sure you connect everything to the stabilizer first, because sometimes the power coming out from here may be.
Yeah, your stabilizer. You connect the stabilizer first, and then everything else goes through that, so that it doesn't blow your things. Like I said, very important.
Higher than what you expect. This is 230 volt. This is not 220 at all. This is 230 volt. So make sure you put the stabilizer here first before you connect everything to the stabilizer, so that you're not burn anything in your home. So this is free electricity. You can do it free of charge. And my name is FK. This is FK Tech. Thank you very much.
So yeah, I'm happy to recommend FK Tech. I'm happy to, but for purposes of what we're trying to do here, in the times where the federal government of Nigeria is making our lives difficult, it's important that we have this kind of information to hand, and more importantly, to be able to share it. So these are things that I would urge everybody, every one of us, share this broadcast, because it solves the biggest problem we have is the lack of electricity, because of the plans of the Fulani government to make sure that those of us in the south, we're living in darkness, so they can continue to exploit us and enslave us in our own land. I will leave you. I'm going to read a comment to you. Let me, to emphasize the point I'm saying, let me get you something right now, because it's not a joke. These are all interconnected. If you think that this is not connected, let me disabuse your mind straight away, because that's what we have to be very, very clear about this what is going on now. So you will see a quote come up. Let's see if I can find a place to put the quote. I will put the quote. You will see it come up now. There we go. Now, let me read that quote to you. That quote that you see there, it says, "The new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our great-grandfather, Uthman Dan Fodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. We use the minorities." In this case, when they say minorities, they're talking about Hausas. They are talking about Hausas that they have enslaved in their own land. Hausas welcomed Fulanis and took them as guests, and they enslaved the Hausas in their own land. That's what the Fulanis have done. Ahmadu Bello is a Fulani man, and his great-grandfather is Usman Dan Fodio, that killed and enslaved Hausas. Now he says here, we use the minorities. So when we say minorities, we use minorities of the north. Now the Hausas are still in majority, but the Fulanis are controlling everything. So you can see they're trying to psychologically break them by saying they're in the minority in their own land. Now, we use the minorities, in this case it means Hausas, as willing tools, and the south as a conquered territory. Now that south refers to Yorubas, Middle Belt, and Southeast, and Biafrans as conquered territory. They see us as conquered territory. This light I'm showing you, what I'm telling you now is something that we can use to begin to free ourselves, because we don't have to wait or plug into a grid. We can have our own electricity, so we can start planning and see where we're going. We can be able to strategize properly. Now, it says here, so the sea and the south as a conquered territory, and never allow them to rule over us, and never allow them to have control over their future. And this is a quote from Ahmadu Bello, the former Northern Premier. And he is the great-great-grandson of Uthman Dan Fodio. We are not an estate of Uthman Dan Fodio, because Uthman Dan Fodio is a guest in that part of it. He's a Fulani guest. He's a Fulani man who is a guest that has taken over Hausa land. And what we are doing now, the video I'm showing you, this video of the electricity, this is a very important and inexpensive way we can really turn things around with this. This single video alone can turn things around if used properly. We need to share in our villages and towns, especially. We can carry portable this power electricity thing that you can carry around. 2 spark plugs, a board, an extension cable, connect it together. That's it, and you glue it on with Aradite, and then you have a masking tape. That's it. That is it. So let me give you the list of things. I will try and see if I can put the list of things you will need on this broadcast. But like I said, let me read to you the mindset of the Fulani government. This is their mindset. When you hear this, listen to this. The new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our grandfather, Uthman Dan Fodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. We use the minorities of the north. In this case, they are referring to Hausas, who are actually in the majority but have been enslaved in their own land. We use them as willing tools, and the south as a conquered territory, and never allow them to rule over us, and never allow them to have a control over their future. So they are imposing themselves and trying to prevent us from having a control over our own future, the coming generation. This is why we, Yoruba nation, must rise now. Biafra nation must rise now, and Middle Belt must rise now. Now, here we go. So I've just put that up, and I want to show you in that video. You can see it is very, very, it's not difficult. Couple of wires, spark plugs, an extension cable, Aradite, masking tape, a board. That's all. This is a great way to get this done, and I encourage you. We are talking with the biggest problem people face is not having electricity to power things, and this solves it. 90% of the problem, if we get this out there, we solve problems of each homes right now. This is something I urge you all. Let's spread this message. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Sincere gratitude to FK Tech for showing this video, and we are obviously sharing the video and talking about it, but we needed to add a bit more things to it. And like I said, the quote is in there. The quote, Ahmadu Bello quote, is in there that will make us aware that it is time that those of us in the south, Yorubas, Igbos, Middle Belt, we start empowering ourselves. The electricity, providing electricity in our towns and villages like this will mean that we can spot Fulani terrorists who are in the forest. They can't come into our villages, because we will have light to see who's coming where. And we need to have that done. So please, when you get this message, share, share, and share. Thanks for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you and goodbye.